Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we got another boss clips from the monthly event quest. I know this is coming a little bit late. I've held on to this video, just been a little bit busy. Haven't been able to pump out some videos that I've wanted, but this is the new Hercules boss, and it's got a few nodes on here. Feat of Endurance, True Focus, which basically means it's anti-quake, anti-ghost. It's the new node that they put in Alliance War. Yeah, it can be kind of annoying, but it does impact more than just those two, obviously. It's got Empowered Immunity, Insult to Injury, and Make a Stand, which basically, he's going to have this protection on him, which is going to reduce 90% of the damage unless you knock him down. And yeah. So I went in with Torch for my first attempt. I hadn't really played against this guy at all. Now he does, when he completes his missions or whatever you want to call them, he basically will become stun immune. So if you do parry him, he will not be stunned, and because of empowered immunity, he will gain power. Should have went in there and countered that special. Hadn't seen it though yet. You can easily counter his heavies. So he has a two-part heavy where he does like these two kicks, and you can interrupt it fairly easily without any problems. And yeah, so with Torch here, with pre-fight on, I'm just going to be trying to throw my special attacks as much as possible when the protection is enabled. So, and until then, I'll just let the the Novas do their work. Hopefully he'll throw a few specials here or there, get some stings, but it's really not going to do much damage until you knock him down and knock off that protection. But then once it's off, he does pretty good. But I don't know, Torch is definitely not the best option. I just like using him a lot, and no one is immune to the Nova Flame damage and the stings that can be taken, so figured I'd try him out, and yeah, works pretty well. I think I do get tagged here at some point in the fight. I'm trying to think if I even died, like it's right at the very end. So he has that immortality where he basically becomes unblockable. It's kind of a similar interaction that you would see against Immortal Hulk, and yeah, you can attack him and everything. It's just he won't do any damage. But yeah, we're just kind of slowly knocking this guy out and throwing some special ones and special twos to get those knockdowns, since he's going to be stun immune. And yeah, he has this True Sense. To be honest, I'm not entirely certain what that does. I haven't really looked in a lot to Hercules yet. I know a few of my alliance mates, one got him in the arena, which is crazy because his scores were like 180 million points, which is just nuts to me. And another one got him through Cavs, and they've ranked him up. I know they really enjoy him. He's got some really crazy damage output. As far as like a defender though, he doesn't really have a lot going for him. I mean, the stun immunity is nice, but his special attacks are pretty easy to just get out of range of and counter. So there's not a whole lot to him. So yeah, here we go. So he does go into his mode. Oh yeah, no, I just think I just get hit. He goes fully unblockable. He's immortal, and then once that wears off, one tap, and he's down. So pretty clean fight, but that was a long fight. Not the most ideal option, but Human Torch does work. Pretty much anybody works. Just gotta be able to get those knockdowns. And yeah, so let's see, who do we go in our second attempt? Who do we have? I think I went in with Doom, and I was thinking I would be able to get heavy knockdowns, which you can, but you just can't get it with the shock passive stuns, because he does become stun immune even to, it's like a full stun immunity. So it's like Nick Fury when his LMD's gone, Emma Frost when she's in diamond form, you know, they're fully stun immune. So there we do get a knockdown there, but then he gets that first feat, and I think I tried to land a heavy knockdown from the shock in just a second, and it's not gonna work. I think it go right here. Yeah, luckily I didn't get punished. I was like, oh, that changes the whole plan of this. And here, I'm not entirely certain how or when his feats and everything fall off, and basically if he doesn't have two of those bicep fist, the orange, the gray ones on the far right, if he doesn't have any of those, he can be stunned. If he has any, he cannot be stunned. He becomes full immune. So I figured I would build up instead to my special 2s and get some knockdowns. I think at the beginning though I keep spamming some special 1s, thinking I could get back up to my special 2 in time. But because once he gets protection enabled, I think the best thing is to hold off. You know, if you have a special attack that does damage over time, that you can just launch that. The special attack will get the knockdown to take off the protection, and then your damage over time debuffs will be in full force, doing a bunch of damage. So, and the other thing is he does put an infuriate on you, which is supposed to make the AI more aggressive, but I know it does also like prevent some abilities. I think it has some ability accuracy reduction, because I know that when I've been doing the side quest with like Cosmic Ghost Rider, if I have an infuriate on me, I can't complete my missions to get the damnations placed. But yeah, so, but the one nice thing is if you do get hit, you know, you can get some willpower healing off of those. Granted, it's not ideal to have them with the ability accuracy reduction and all that stuff, but you can recover some health, which isn't too bad. So I think this one is another pretty long one. I should have been throwing special 2s. I don't know why I kept throwing these special 1s. I was thinking, oh, I get some damage just on my normal combo and stuff, but I think towards halfway through the fight I end up throwing some special 2s, but I do make sure that the protection is on. So here it activates, deactivates on the knockdown, and then those incinerates are doing some work. Now, doing like a normal Doom cycle, it just won't work because he's going to be stun immune. He won't come out of those special 3s stunned. If you knock him down with a special 3 where he's not going to get up to 3 bars of power, I guess it could do okay, but to get back up to 2 bars probably isn't really going to happen. But yeah, and then just be careful. Like, so on there I had some parries because he's stun immune at the moment. It's going to give him the power gains from the empowered immunity, and you just want to make sure you don't do a whole bunch of like double, triple parries or whatever and boost his power up to special 3. But yeah, so there we go. We threw off another L2, get a whole bunch of incinerate damage going off in full force because the protection got disabled. And I think we're going to do one more after this, and that's pretty much going to do it. You can nullify his immortality, which I'm not certain if I do or not, but it is an option to get that disabled quicker. But it's, you know, overall not too big of a deal, even just to wait it out. And here we go. Knock him down, protection goes off, incinerates, melt him, and he goes immortal. So yeah, you can nullify that and then just hit him and knock him out, or boom, tap into the block after it falls off and you're good to go. So get the solo there with Doom, fairly clean, but again, slow. But you know, sometimes slow and steady wins the race. And then this next up, I think I have Aegon built up for this one. Yeah. And yeah, so we're gonna want to do some knockdowns. His combo, what do I have it built up to? It's like almost a 300, 270 something. You know, I can shrug off that Infuriate, I believe. Yep, shrugs it off with the Tenacity. And yeah, we just want to get some specials off and knock him down so that we can get the resistance off. And you see we're only hitting for 348. But once we do knock him down, that's where the damage comes in. I believe I will have the Furies here in just a second. Get an intercept, throw off the special 2. Now, Hercules, he does have his abilities. He can, I believe it's bleed and poison are less potent. They don't do a ton of, they do less damage. I'm not certain how much, but I know it's significant enough to matter, especially if like you're running suicides. Or I think there might be a synergy or something that he has where the suicide bleeds and poison are less potent as well. Something like that, if I remember right. I don't know. He's still a new champ. I haven't looked into him much, and probably won't until he comes into the featured crystals, just because there's no way that I'm going to get him because I don't buy Cavs. There's no way I would have even considered, nor would I have even been able to grind for 200 million arena points. Alright, so here we go. We do have the Furies going, but we got to get that protection knocked down again and then get some good damage in. Again, a little bit slower fight. I don't know. I'm not sure who anyone else used to make this fight go like super fast. Let me know who you guys used. I don't think the fight was difficult at all. It's just kind of annoying because you want to get in some knockdowns, and I felt like the easiest way to get a knockdown was through a special attack, and then that opened up your damage. So here we go. Knock him down with a special 2. Yeah, getting 1k per tick on the bleed damage. But then, boom, here we go. We're getting some good damage. We're getting some intercepts in. And he's going down. And then we just got to get back up to another special. And I probably should have just thrown some special ones instead of waiting to special 2 to get those knockdowns. I'm not sure if I throw a special 1 here. No, I think I go for another special 2. I feel like the more frequent knockdowns, if you can do some big damage outside of the specials, very beneficial. But here we go again, another 1,000 plus damage per tick, and then we're getting some good damage in with those Furies up 6k per hit, and then we're just going to kind of stall out this indestructible immortality. Get some intercepts in, look at those big fat yellow zeros, and I think we're going to throw a special 2 here, and the bleed's actually going to end up killing him once that immortality falls off. There we go. So yeah, got the solo with Aegon, and I think all of these have been like 170 hits, which I feel is like a lot for a boss. Let's see, on this one, who did I go with? Venom the Duck, I think? Or was that Cosmic Ghost Rider or Surfer? I think I used all 3 of those. Yeah, I think this one I had Venom the Duck built up. I think I had 3 regens, 3 Furies, 3 power gains, and something else. Oh, no, 4 regens. And so I thought this one would go a little bit easier. But I think I got fairly unlucky with the armor, the toxic armors. So like, yeah, so he didn't get any there, and I was hoping that I could get some decent damage off with those toxic armors on, even though he doesn't have any. But yeah, VTD Venom the Duck, he's a fun champ to play. He's a really a beast in like incursions. If you bring him in, you build him up right, he can take a beating. And I think in this fight I actually do take a beating a couple times, but I get back to special 3, and because I have all the regens, basically can heal back up. So and I know a lot of people don't like some of these ramp up champs, but I feel like their abilities that they have, once they're ramped up, they're really good. And right there I tried to counter his special attack with a heavy and I missed. That one I did counter his heavy with my own heavy, and that's gonna get the protection off, throw another special 3, get all those furies, regen, power gains, and then just hopefully kind of keep going. And with this one, I wasn't really certain what I should do with trying to just cycle L3s versus throwing some L2s. But this guy is super annoying. Like, you throw that special 3, you get the protection knocked off, and then he goes super passive to not throw a special. And yeah, so you really got to get your ins when that protection is down, otherwise damage is really gimped. Here I'm trying to bait a heavy, I'm trying to bait a special. There we go, counter heavy with my own heavy. But his specials, the special animations are pretty long. So your window of opportunity to get damage in isn't the best. Here I do throw off special 3 before the protection is re-enabled, and I don't know if that's a mistake. I don't know if I should have just waited. The damage from the special 3 was not anything special. Here we do counter his special 2 with a heavy, and we got all of our buffs going. But man, they just felt like the windows were not all that great to get damage in. And I think we're gonna throw a special 2 here, maybe. Nope, maybe not. But I'm trying to think if I got any toxic armors on this guy. Yeah, no, there we go. We did get some toxic armor, so now we're going get an intercept. The damage, it's okay, but then he goes passive. I'm like, dude, just throw a stinking special. And then there goes all of the protection, and got the toxic armors up, but not gonna do much. Here we throw another special to get the more toxic armors on, and now we gotta play aggressive while those are up to get some good damage in. But the damage was not all that great. Again, he doesn't have armor himself, so the toxic armor isn't gonna do anything like too crazy. It will help, but nothing too crazy. It's the toxic armor really helps when the champ has some really potent armor, because then when you hit him, the toxicity of those hits, and however you get that energy damage, it just can go really nuts. So there I tried to counter his special with the heavy, was way too close, got smacked, didn't die. And then this is just going to showcase Venom the Duck getting back in the action, get all of those buffs activated, regenning so much, which is so beautiful. And then we're just going back to town. But again, the protection is re-enabled. That's why I feel like, if you can't stun this guy, trying to find those windows of opportunity to get some decent damage in, I just felt like it was just too small. And so this just ended up being a long fight, which is fine, I guess, but you gotta fight this guy 6 times. So I'm doing over 150 hits per per fight to get this guy down. Not ideal at all. But yeah, let me know who you guys used. I think I don't know, I'm trying to think of counters that can counter the true focus and get some ins. There, I tried to counter his special again with a heavy and too close. I think I ended up just stopping that and just going to try to get him down without dying and get a few more L3s in here, I believe. Maybe I throw an L2, I can't remember. But he's almost dead. But yeah, I really can't wait to get a hold of this guy as a 6-star. Who knows when that will be? Probably a really long time. But yeah, as a free-to-play player, getting new 6-star champs that are like the newest ones in the game just doesn't happen easily. Got to get really lucky on something. You know, they have those Cavalier crystals and stuff, but a lot of the stuff from the monthly events, the side events and whatnot, they don't have the new champs in there. But yeah, anyways, all right, we almost got this guy down, but we're almost also back up to full health, even though we've gotten hit 3 times, I believe, and almost died 2 out of the 3. You know, Venom the Duck, he is a monster. There we go. We get the kill. Let's see, how many hits was that? 243 hits. So yeah, not the best option, but has some leeway for mistakes, and he works. Alright, so on this one, I think I go in with Surfer or maybe Cosmic Ghost Rider. I can't remember. I think this one was Surfer. And the one thing that I overlooked was the true focus. So I'm gonna start with a heavy like I normally do. I'm gonna start with getting smacked in the face, and when that happened, I was like, what just happened? And then I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long crappy fight because I can't phase anything without potentially getting smacked. So I'm gonna do my best to get knockdowns, to try to keep my buffs active, which is a little bit more difficult when you can't phase through a hit with Silver Surfer. But I think we do get it, although I do get smacked there. And I do have synergies to make his his buffs last longer. But that Infuriate, it will prevent its ability accuracy reduction. So like the cosmic power cosmic buff that comes up, it doesn't activate. So yeah, it's just not ideal. But here we throw a special one, we get the knockdown. We're gonna try to get as many buffs as I can to get the damage while that protection is off, do some intercepts and all that jazz. But there I mess up. I phased away from him while the Fury was active when I already had Furies active, so that does not help me at all. Again, the power cosmic is failing because I have that Infuriate up. Surfer isn't a really good matchup for this fight at all. But I think I do get him down. I think I get him down to being immortal, and then I mess up trying to just dance around and I die with him at like 1 HP or something like that. But yeah, long drawn out fight because I can't phase. Infuriate debuff is hosing my power cosmic, which is preventing me from getting certain debuffs on. Here we go. Fire a special 2 off, but a lot of that damage was under protection. Not ideal. We do want to try to get that power gain. We don't get it. There's just not a lot of good windows for Surfer So this is the one complaint that I've seen a lot of people in the community with this new True Focus node, and they put it in the Alliance War mini island to basically prevent a bunch of fights from being quaked in Ghost, which I don't have any complaints about. I don't really use Ghost or Quake a ton, but I do have there we get, I can't remember what synergy it is, but I get that indestructible activated, which was nice. But I know I have alliance mates that they use Ghost and Quake a lot for counters for a lot of the mini bosses and whatnot, and that's great that they're putting this in there, but it really does gimp a lot of other champs that have mechanics for like miss and evade, and that kind of really sucks to to exclude more than just Quake and Ghost, when that's pretty much what they said that they were intending to do with this, is prevent Quake and Ghost, but then they've prevented a whole bunch of other champs as well. So yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna get on the bandwagon with complaining about that too much. I'm just gonna try to adapt as best as possible. There are 200 champions in the game, so there will be options. You just gotta find them. Hopefully you have them, or somebody in your alliance has them to take down certain fights. But yeah, and do it cleanly. But here we're getting close to getting this guy down. I thought I took this guy down all the way to being immortal, but I'm not certain. I'm trying to look at this time frame thing. It might be pretty close, but I know I do die. I do die with Surfer, and I got down pretty low in health. But I ended up healing a lot back from that Infuriate debuff that gets placed on me. So here we do get the knockdown, and we got a bunch. We got 4 debuffs, or some debuffs, 4 buffs on. Okay, so yeah, we do get him down. Got a lot of good energy damage once all those were activated. And then I think I die here dancing around, trying to wait out this immortality. So here he's immortal, and I die here any second now, which he's almost dead. Yeah, right there. Boom. His immortality had just fallen off, and I was like, oh, that stunk. So we just basically got to go in and tap him over, and we're good. So we go in with Mysterio, and he's not playing with me. There we go. We hit him, activate immortality, and now we just need to not get smacked in the face like we did with Surfer. And boom, there he goes. Dead. So we get a little 1 HP tap over with Mysterio after Silver Surfer did all of that work. Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. And this one, I'm gonna use Void. So I think this is my last attempt. Yeah, this is the last one. Gonna go in with Void. Void is kind of nice because when I do knock him down with a special 1 or special 2, all those debuffs that I have on him will be activated, and they'll be in full force with the damage going. Because you can see right now 15 damage while that protection is up. So now we did knock him down, so that was interesting. So I did knock him down, but I didn't get an extra debuff. And when I saw that, I was like, really? Is he gonna be immune to certain debuffs? I'm not really certain what happened there. And I wasn't certain if he like purified anything, because I know in the fight I was surprised, but I did go look back. I was just on the tail end of the Infuriate falling off, and the Infuriate is ability accuracy reduction, so it did prevent the Intimidating Presence debuff from getting applied. So yeah, he's got some decent ability accuracy reduction. I think can come in real handy as an attacker. I think Hercules is going to be, he's going to be great. I've seen some pretty solid stuff from other players already, But yeah, so we're just gonna go in with Void now, and so if you do fight this, as long as you don't have Infuriate up, fire the special ones. If you do have it up, I'd probably wait it out until it is gone, so that if you do throw a special 1 or 2, those debuffs do apply without the possibility of them failing. But here, so you can see damage is fairly decent with Fear of the Void up and the protection knocked off. And yeah, we're just gonna keep cycling through this. I think I end up throwing a special 2 here or there, really depending on where the protection was and how many debuffs I had to trigger Fear of the Void. But yeah, I will let this one play out. I do get the solo on this one as well. Again, Infuriate debuffs, giving you some willpower healing, even though like when he hits into the block, you get some decent chunks of energy damage taken. And yeah, we're gonna just here we go, special 2 Purified. I'm hoping that this guy will throw a special, and I think he doesn't, and those power stings end up falling off. Like, come on, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Nope. Ugh, what a loser. Felt like this guy goes passive too often, and that's why this fight took so long on so many champs. Definitely can counter his specials though, especially with that special 2. Just gotta make sure you get the spacing right. Probably should have countered more with some heavies to make sure the protection got knocked off more. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this one play out. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. If you even are watching, I know that this video is coming out pretty late. I think I did this one last EQ completion cycle, and maybe it was 2 EQ completion cycles ago. I just haven't gotten around to posting it, so I don't know. This might not be helpful to most, but maybe it will be helpful to some that have procrastinated. Maybe they're waiting for the parry and dex bug stuff to get fixed, which has been super annoying. Hopefully they get that fixed and soon, because I'm just kind of been over it. Like, how many times I've gotten hit in the face because of it. Too many times. But yeah, I'll let this play out. Again, thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.